In this video, we're going to talk about formulas. We're going to talk about how to solve for a specific variable within a formula. So there is a famous equation from Einstein that says E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Let's say we want to solve for the variable m. What do? We need to use our techniques of two-step equations. For example, here we're going to divide by c squared. We're going to divide by c squared. This cancels and we're left with m equals E over c squared. And that's our answer if we want to solve for m. Let's go to our next example. Our next example says that P equals NP minus C. Let's say we want to solve for N. What do? We divide the whole thing by P minus C. So this cancels, and we have, whatever we do to the right side, we do to the left side. So we're going to divide by P minus C. So this cancels. On the left side, on the right side, we have N. So let's put N equals P over P minus C. And that's our answer if we want to solve for N. Let's go to our next example. Our next example says that H equals BT minus 16T squared. We want to solve for V, this V here. So to isolate V, what we need to do is first we need to move this 16T squared to the other side. So we have H plus 16T squared equals VT. We want to solve for V, so we need to get rid of this T. So how do we do that? We divide by T. This cancels. Remember, what we do to the right side, we need to do to the left side. So this will be over T. This will be over T. So the final answer is V equals H over T plus 16T squared over T. That's our final answer. In the future, you're gonna see that you can simplify this one, but right now, because we're just starting with the course, we just need to know that V equals H over T plus 16T squared over T. Let's go to our next example. Our next example says that x plus 5y equals 3, and we want to solve for y. How do we do that? We see that x is here together, so we're going to subtract x on both sides. So we're left with 5y equals minus x plus 3 on the right side. Final step is to divide by 5. Divide by 5. So y equals negative x over 5 plus 3 over 5. That's our final answer. You're gonna learn in the future that this is a form of a linear equation. This one usually is gonna be called y equals mx plus b. It's gonna be the slope intercept form. For right now, you need to solve for the variable, so that's all you need to concentrate. Let's go to our next example. Our next example says that v equals pi r squared h over 3, and we need to solve for h. How do we do that? We see a 3 here. We need to get rid of this 3. So we multiply both sides by 3. So we have 3b equals, this cancels, pi r squared h. Next step is to divide. To leave h by itself, we divide by pi r squared pi r squared. So this whole thing cancels. So we have h on the right side. H equals 3b over pi r squared. That's our final answer. Let's go to our last example. Our last example is a very common example that you're gonna see in physics or chemistry sometimes. This is a formula that is usually we're gonna solve for f. And this formula is famous because it is used to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit and Fahrenheit to Celsius. So let's say we want to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius, so we need to solve for f. So let's do that. Right now, let's get rid of this 5 over 9. So first, to get rid of it, let's multiply both sides by 9. This one cancels, so you're left with 9c equals 5f minus 32. Let's get rid of this 5. We divide by 5. We divide by 5. So this cancels. So on the right side, you're left. Let's move it to the other side. So f minus 32 equals 9c over 5. What's the final step you think it is? We move the 32 to the other side. So it's negative here, so we'll do the opposite. So we'll put plus 32. Plus 32. This cancel, so you're left with f. What's what we need to do, right? We needed to solve for f. So we have f equals 9 over 5 c plus 32, and that's our final answer. Notice in these problems, first we start with a problem, and then we need to solve for the variable by doing operations like division, multiplication, until we isolate the variable that we're looking for, which is, for in this example, is f. And that's our goal for this video. Thank you very much.